Okay, this will be a very brief and simple video about setting up folders, keeping your files organized on your computer, and getting to learn the different places you can save things here at school. So I'm going to start by pointing out two different buttons. Now I have a lot going on my desktop here that you guys don't. I have sticky notes and all kinds of links and other files. Yours is pretty simple right now. But to access your files and folders, you can click on your Windows button, okay, and go to Documents, or let's go to Computer rather. Okay, and you'll see where you have drives available, or you may click on this folder button down here, the Windows Explorer button, which takes you to a little bit of a different view, but it's the same kind of thing. Okay, and then what you're going to look for is right over here, okay, and you're going to see your last name, and we've talked about this already, and your last name is your H drive. Okay, so when I say open your H drive, I'm referring to the place that has your last name. So I'm going to have you do that. Okay, so we're going to pause the video right now, and I want you to go to your computer, hit the folder button, locate your last name, and then double click on it. Click 2 times on your last name. Okay, so when you clicked on your last name over here, now my screen looks a little different because I'm doing this at home and I'm not on our network. You may have a folder or two. I think we created one in here for a B164 class, but if you don't, if you have nothing right here, or it just says profile with a folder, I want you to click the new folder button, and we're going to put our class, which is B164, and then I hit enter. It creates a folder just for our class. Okay, and then I can double click on that. Now I can start making folders inside of the B164 folder. Okay, so I'm going to create one more new folder. Okay, the new folder appears, and I'm going to call this SAM 2010. Hit enter. Okay, and I'm going to open that up, create a new folder in there, and call it Word Project 1. Okay, so we're going to pause the video, and you are going to go back, create a B164 folder, a SAM 2010 folder, and a Word Project 1 folder. If you already have some of these folders created, that's fine. Just I want you to go back and do exactly this though. So you have B164, SAM 2010, Word Project 1. So go do that right now. Okay, now that you have the basic setup to start our class, what I want you to do now is take about 2 or 3 minutes, and I want you to create another folder for each of the classes that you have right now. So we'll hit new folder. Maybe you have biology. Okay, maybe you have history. Okay, whatever classes you have, I want you to create a folder for each class you have this school year right now. So we'll pause the video again and go ahead and do that. So create a new folder for all your different classes. Okay, now that you have all of your folders made for your classes, you may have some random documents or pictures or files or whatever just floating around out here that aren't inside of any folder. Like here I've added this schedule file just as a random file, and it needs to get into a folder. Okay, we don't want files just floating around out here that we don't know what they're for. So let's say that I knew that I wanted this in my biology folder. I knew this was a biology, so you know what? I'll right click. Maybe I'll teach you something else. We right click, hit the right mouse button, and I can go down to rename, and I'll call this bio assignment. So this is a document that I know I want in my biology folder, and it's not in there. So it's just simply dragging and dropping. I'm going to click, and hold the mouse down and drag it, move to biology, let go. And when I open up my biology folder, it's there. Okay, so if you have any documents or pictures or whatever just floating around out here, they need to get into a folder. So if you need to create any other different folders, like a miscellaneous folder or something that will contain all the different files you have. Okay, so we'll pause the video and we'll do that right now. Okay, so that concludes our brief overview of file and folder management. So you should be able to be a little more organized here, and again understand that a folder can have a folder, can have a folder. Okay, and we just use the back button up here to go back up one level, and that we should have all of our files inside of a folder. And that'll do it for this lesson.